ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Sara
शरीर स्वस्थ खीन सम सिमरन नानक राम दामोदर माधव आनंद गुण निदान गुरु गरीब निवास गुरु गरीब निवास गुरु गरीब निवास माझी महला चौथा नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन गुर मन तन बेतन गुर पीर हो लगावे मन तन बेतन गुर पीर हो लगावे हर हर दया करो गुर मैलो हर हर दया करो गुर मैलो चल नानक गुर मिल सजीवो नानक गुर मिल रहसे जीवो नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन गुर मधुसूदन मेरे मन तन प्राण मधुसूदन मेरे मन तन प्राण मधुसूदन मेरे मन तन प्राण हो हर बिन दूजा अवर ना जाना हर बिन दूजा अवर ना जाना सज्जन साथ मिला बल पाती कोई सज्जन शांत मिला बल पाती मैं हर प्रभ प्यारा दस जियो बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे घुल मिल कमला सजियो बिन गुर नींद ना आवे बिन गुर नींद ना आवे बिन गुर मेरे मन तन वेतन गुर पीर हो लगावे मन तन वेतन गुर पीर हो लगावे हर हर दया करो गुर मेलो हर हर दया करो गुर मेलो जन नानक गुर मेल सजियो जन नानक गुर मेल सजियो नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे बिन मधुसूदन मेरे मन तन प्राण मधुसूदन मेरे मन तन प्राण मधुसूदन मेरे मन तन प्राण हाँ हर बिन दूजा अवर ना जाने Madhusudan is another name for God. Mere man, tan, prana. He is the source, He is the motivation, the influence. On my mind, mera man or tan, my body. Madhusudan mere man, tan, prana. How har bin duja avar na jana. Har bin duja, one other than God. Hari to bina, duja avar na jana. I know no other than God. Koi sajjan sant mile vadapagi. Guru Ramdas, our fourth master, Sodhi Sultan, saying कि कोई सज्जन संत मिले वडभागी. He is doing a benti कि कोई सज्जन, some friend, sant, a saint, a sadhu, मिले वडभागी. I would be of a great destiny. मेरे भाग बहुत वड्डे होणगे. कोई सज्जन संत मिले. If I meet such a great saint, such a great friend. Guruji have given such a friend this great padavi. They've given a friend this great honor. कि कोई इदा दा सज्जन मिल जावे तो मेरे बहुत बड़े भाग हो जाए. If I meet such a friend, then my bhag will become great. There's two ways of interpreting this line. कोई सज्जन संत मिले because I am a vadapagi. कोई सज्जन संत मिले क्योंकि मेरे भाग बहुत वड्डे हैं. Or there's another way of looking at it. कोई सज्जन संत मिले तां मेरे वड्डे भाग हो जाएंगे. And this is the way I choose to read this line. This is the way I choose to interpret it, because we have to put it into the context of the rest of the shabd. मैं हर प्रभ प्यारा दस्से जी. Someone who tells me about God, मैं हर प्रभ प्यारा दस्से जी. And that sajjan, that sant, I want that person to tell me about God, to talk to me about God. Hey Malik, menu idda di sangat baksh. Hum man tan khoji pahal palai. मैं अपना मन और तन, my mind and my body, I have searched I have explored. That's what khoj means. Khoj means to search, to explore. Hom man tan khoji, I have explored. Pal palai, I have looked to no end. I have continued to look. Kyun pyara pritam mile meri mai. E meri mai, my friend, my mother. Kyun pyara pritam mile. How can I meet God? In the first line, Guruji have already said कि कोई सज्जन संत मिले वडभागी, मैं हर प्रभ प्यारा दसे जियो. I've already said that this is how I am going to meet that Vaheguru. This is how I'm going to meet that Malik कि मैंने कोई ऐसा सज्जन या संत मिल जावे. Then they are saying, but I have looked, मन तन खोजी भाल पलाई. I have looked, मेरे मन दे विच तन दे विच खोजी पहाल पहलाई. क्यों प्यारा प्रीतम मिले मेरी माई, but I have not found God. मिल सत संगत खोज दसाई. हे मालक मैनू सत संगत बख्श, मिल सत संगत खोज दसाई. Because by engaging with that sangat, only by engaging with that sangat, which sangat har prabh vasse jiyo. If I engage in that sangat, that is where I will find God. Which sangat har prabh vasse jiyo. Vasse means to exist, to be prevalent. In that sangat, I will find God. Mera pyara pritam satgur rakhwala. What beautiful mithe shabd these are. Mera pyara pritam satgur rakhwala. My satgur or rakhya karne wala hai. He can look after me. He looks over me. He casts his glance upon me. Hum barak deen karho pratapala. मैं बारक हाँ, I am his child. दीन हाँ, दीन means I am very lowly. हम बारक दीन करहो प्रतिपाला, मेरी प्रतिपाल करता है. He looks after me. मेरा मात पिता गुर सतगुर पूरा. My mother, my father is the Satguru. गुर जल मिल कमल विगसे जियो. And when I become one with that God, with that Malik, it is like when the water becomes one with the sea or the river or the ocean. मैं बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे. Without seeing that Malik, नींद ना आवे. I can't get to sleep. I have sleepless nights because I am constantly thinking about that moment, that time when I will become one with my Malik. मेरे मन तन वेदन गुर बिरहों लगावे. मेरे मन तन, मेरे मन और तन दे विच there is this affliction. गुर बिरहों लगावे. Which affliction? The affliction of separation. I am separated. Birho means to be separated. हर हर दया करो गुर मिलो. हे मालिक तुसी दया करो. Have mercy upon me. हर हर दया करो गुर मिलो. मैनू गुरु दे नाल मिलावो. जन नानक गुर मिल रहसै जियो. Because when I become one with God, when I see that Malik gur mil rahsai jiyo. Rahsai means to blossom. In this Shabd Pyari Sad Sangat, my sisters, my brothers, Guruji have said, ke vich sangat har prabh vasai jiyo. Jenu apa labde haan, the Guru, the Vaheguru, the Creator that we are looking for, that we are searching for. Vich sangat har prabh vasai jiyo. He sits in the sangat. We need to find that sangat, that positive sangat, the sad sangat, within whom Guruji sit. In our dharma, Guruji have given, they have paid a great deal of emphasis on sangat. Guruji have said on the one hand that there are those people who we refer to as Sakat. Sakat har ras sadna janya tin antar haume kanda hai. Jiun jiun challe chubbe dukh paave jamkal sahe sir danda hai. Jira Sakat hai har ras sadna janya. The Sakat does not recognize Harida Ras, the greatness, the sweetness of God's name. Sakat har ras sadna janya. Why? Because then antar haume kanda hai, inside him, uste hirde de vich haume da kanda hai. Kanda means thorn. The thorn of ego, because he thinks so highly of himself. Because his mind is so full of himself and no other. Inside him there is a thorn of ego. Then antar haume kanda hai. Jiun jiun challe, wherever he goes, chubbe dukh paave, or chubda hai or dukh paunda hai, that thorn pricks him and he is hurt. Jiun jiun challe, chubbe dukh paave, jamkal sahe sir danda hai. These are the qualities of the Sakat. The people that we are asked time and time again by Guruji to avoid. And then Guruji say, if you do Sangat of that kind of person, you are going to become exactly like them. There will be no difference between you and that person. And then in a Shabd, Guruji described to us what will happen if we participate. If we become one with good Sangat. An samata bahukini, palpe santar pasam karije. Just as we gather wood, we gather sticks and we put them in a pile. An samata bahukini, palpe santar pasam karije. Ek pal de vich, once we set it alight, palpe santar pasam karije, it turns into ashes. Guruji are saying that is exactly what happens when you participate in Sangat, in the Sakatandi Sangat, in the bad Sangat. Palpe santar pasam karije. Within moments you will not realize the kind of influence they have. Tere karm pasam ho jange, they will turn into ash. Maha ugar paap Sakat narkine, mil sadhu luki dije. And Guruji say, doesn't matter how much paap you have accrued. Maha ugar paap Sakat narkine. The Sakat might have accrued so many paap, so many sins, so many bad habits. Mil sadhu luki dije, and what the sadhu does is just like with those wood, that sticks, those sticks, they burnt into ashes within moments. The sadhu, he gets those paap, he gets those gunaha, and he piles them up and he burns them. Tahi Guruji kende hai ke vich sangat har prabh vasse jiyo. This is why, hey Manuk, you need to find this Sangat, you need to seek this Sangat out. You need to look around you at the company that you are participating in, the people that you respect, the people that you look up to, your friends. And you need to analyze, ke hey Mana, is this positive Sangat? Is this person giving me positive energy? Am I being influenced adversely by this person? You have the conscience, you have the mind, you have the brain to make that decision. In the time of Guru Nanak Dev, our first master, there were two villages. One was very poor. He earned just enough to feed his family, nothing more, nothing less. And he began to follow Guruji, he began to see them every day. In the same village at the same time when he used to go and see Guruji, there was a rich man, very successful trader. And he would go and he would see his friends in another village, and they would while away the hours drinking, playing cards and gambling. They would set off together, both of them. And they made a pact that when we return, we're both going to pass through this forest. Rather than passing through it on our own, we will wait outside the forest for each other and we will go through together. Let's do that. And every day they would meet at the same tree and they would walk through the forest back home to their village together. One day, as the trader returned, he arrived quite early at the meeting point and he sat there for a few moments and he started to scratch the surface because he saw something glistening. And within that surface he pulled out a gold coin. And he was very happy with himself. Then he saw his friend approaching him and the friend was limping. He said to him, "What's happened?" And he said, "A thorn has pricked my foot. I've pulled it out, there's a bit of blood, but I'm trying to walk very carefully that I don't infect the wound." And on the way back, they started to talk to each other. And the trader said to his poor friend, "Hey, Bhai, you visit this sadhu every day, this Guru Nanak every day. What do you get from there? You're still poor." "I go to see my friends. I'm not a very good person, I admit. I drink, I gamble, I waste away a lot of my money. When I'm sitting with them, we swear, we laugh, we make jokes about people, we insult people. I'm not a good person. Lekin, when I came back today, I earned a gold coin, and you came back from a good place, or a place that you call good, a place that you refer to as good, and your foot was pricked and you've hurt yourself. Isda kya matlab? What's the meaning of this?" And his friend said, "Baji, what we will do is we will ask Guru Nanak about this tomorrow. Only he can answer this. You are absolutely right. What kind of reward is this for me? And why should you be rewarded for going to a bad place, for participating in the Sangat of Sakats?" Following day, they went to see Guruji. And Guruji said to the poor man, "In your previous life, because of the karma that you have kamat, in this life you are going to be hanged. This is what was in your destiny. This is what was coming up ahead for you. Lekin, by participating in this Sangat, you have wiped away those karma. And that is no longer going to happen. It's been reduced to a thorn in your foot. And you, because of the karma you did previously, you are going to become very, very successful and very rich. You are going to become rich beyond your means. Lekin, you have ruined those karma. That advantage that you had, you have ruined it. It has been reduced to one gold coin because of the Sangat that you have participated in." Guruji are saying to us, "Hey Manok, be very, very careful of this kind of Sangat." Once Guruji went to a village and the people of the village disrespected them. They paid no attention to Guruji. Guruji and Mardana sat outside the village and they did their Kirtan. No one came to say anything to them. People walked past and they ignored them. Mardana was quite surprised. In many other villages, they had been looked after. People came and brought langar to them. People came and brought food. People came and brought clothes to them. They listened to Guruji singing. They listened to Guruji doing katha. In this village, they ignored them. Guruji decided one day that they're going to move on, and before they left, they said, "Hey Mardanya, eh loki vasde rahen, vasde rahen. May these people stay. May they stay put." Mardana was quite surprised by this. Why should people who have no regard, no respect for sadhu, saints, and people of God, kyun vasde rahen? Then Guruji went to another village, and when they sat outside, दूरों ही लोगों ने देख लिया कि साधु है. that this is a man of God. They saw Guruji from far away and they came rushing. Matha tekya oni, they bought prasad, they bought clothing, they were listening to Guruji every day. They couldn't bear to leave Guruji at night time. Guruji stayed there for a few days, and before Guruji went, they said to Mardania ke, hey Mardania, eh loki ujjar jaan, may they scatter. And then Mardana was even more confused. As they were walking along, Mardana said to Guruji ke, hey Malik, jina loka ne thwadi koi seva nahi kiti. Oh, kyun vasde rahe? Why should they remain? Why should they stay? और जिन्ना लोगों ने थोड़ी बहुत ही सेवा की, बहुत ज़्यादा ही सेवा की, रायबरी पुरुषां दी बहुत सेवा कर दे, साधु महापुरुषां दी बहुत सेवा मान आदर कर दे ने, those people who respect sadhus, who paid so much respect to you, क्यों उज्जर जान? Why should they scatter? And Guruji said, hey Mardania, you know those people that do not have time for sadhus, if they go to other villages, if they scatter, if they venture outside this village, they will create more people like themselves. Sara desh hi saktan da ban jayega. The whole desh will become godless. Lekin jere loka ne sadhuan di seva bahut kiti hai. People who know how to serve sadhus, people who participate in sangat, who value good sangat, if they scatter, they will create more people like themselves. The sara desh Rabbi loka da ho jayega. The whole desh, the whole country will become spiritual. Is karke saad sangat, sisters and brothers, there is so much emphasis placed on sangat, positive sangat, good sangat. And if there's one thing we take away from this Shabad, we take away the line where Guruji is saying, Vich sangat har prabh vasse jiyo. Inside the sangat, we can find God. We just have to find the right kind of sangat. And with these words, we beg forgiveness. This Shabad was written in raag Maaj. This is a raag that Guru Nanak Dev Ji created. मैं बिन गुर देखे नींद ना आवे, नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे, नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे, नींद ना आवे बिन गुर देखे, मेरे मन तन वेदन गुर वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।